No intel, no real direction.
I used to ask guys, what are we here for? You know, what are we doing in Iraq? And by and large, what they said was, we're here because of September 11th. There was a disconnect between the facts or, the reported news and their emotional justification. Most soldiers felt that what they were doing was related to terrorism, either revenge or prevention.
To us, there really was no mission. It was just, the mission was, just get this crap over with and go home. I've been on over 150 combat missions, and on most of those missions, it had no purpose. I grew up in Brooklyn. I've been in a lot of fistfights, and the one thing that I know is that if someone hits me first, I'm pretty much done. If they get a good hit in. And that's basically what it was like in Iraq. You wait for someone to sucker punch you so you can punch back.
You take a 19-year-old kid, give him a rifle and as much ammunition as he can carry, or put him behind the wheel of a tank and tell him, you want to go back home to your girlfriend and all your buddies and drinking beer and MTV and internet? Go destroy that city. Go through those guys that are trying to stop you, and I'll let you go home. Sir, yes, sir. Done deal.
I live here in Santa Ana. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going to do nothing. My friends are getting locked up. So it's just like, what's the point? What's the point of staying here? Might as well just leave. And then I talked to a recruiter, and he starts telling me, okay, you could go here, and you could go there, and you could do this and that. So it sounded good. It did. It sounded good.
I've been encouraged to talk to a recruiter for the National Guard, and so I thought that it would be a good way to get money for school and also learn some medical skills, and I went in as a medic.
I didn't join the active duty. I joined the National Guard, and my recruiter told me I would be stateside. He said, National Guard doesn't get deployed. You receive the college benefits. The only thing that will happen is if there's ever a riot or anything like that, you will be deployed for that. But he was like, other than that, you won't get sent overseas.
I grew up in a family where my father was drafted during Vietnam, my grandfather was drafted during World War II, and spent 3 years in the South Pacific. And they hated the military in large part, but they got a lot out of their experiences. So I felt like I had an obligation to give something back. Because I didn't have to go didn't mean I shouldn't go.
Freshman year of college, I would see him around campus, and I kind of thought something I wanted to do. I absolutely love our country. I think it's the greatest place in the world. And so sophomore year, I signed up.
I saw Top Gun when I was in 8th grade, and I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to be. And then I saw a Marine when I was in high school, and I was like, that's it. They're mean, they're tough, they got cool uniforms, and chicks dig them.
Ever wondered what it's really like to be a soldier?
What do you got? I have a super rep from Alpha Company.
CG, ready to be verified. Verified!
Put yourself in the picture with this free video. You'll see over 200 great jobs in the Army and over 180 in the Army Reserve. You'll also see what skills you learn, how you can earn money for college, even what soldiers do in their free time. Put yourself in the picture and see what it's really like to become an Army of One.
When you advertise cigarettes, you see a little Surgeon General on the side, right? But they used to advertise cigarettes where it used to be cool. You see the billboards, it used to be cool. They advertise cigarettes on being cool. Now you got the military. You won't see no Surgeon General sign on it. That you might die from bombs, shrapnel, or whatever. You might go to war and lose limb. You don't see that. They advertise military as being a man.
And they will never use the word kill, and they do not want to talk about killing. And that is a pathology. That is dysfunctional.
Taking someone's life is not something that's abnormal. It's taking it when you're not in a state of rage. That's abnormal. Being able to have a sustained desire is what requires training.
Kill! Kill! Say it! Yeah! Go! Go! Go!
Well, every human being, at one time or another, has probably had an overwhelming urge to kill somebody. You want to strangle that guy. You're enraged. You're red with rage, but you didn't kill him. Why? Because somewhere inside the midbrain of most healthy members of our species is a resistance to killing their own kind. We slammed head on into that in World War II. We found out the vast majority of people wouldn't kill. And so, by Vietnam, we had crafted a technique that makes killing a conditioned reflex. You're having realistic simulations, and you take realistic simulations of the weapon, and you shoot the target, and the target drops.
You're shooting a man-sized target, and you figure, it's going to be no big deal. And you've seen enough movies. You pull the trigger, bullet hits, they drop. Done.
The hardware in enabling killing hasn't changed much. The pistol, the rifle, doesn't change that much. The software has changed phenomenally.
The psychological process began months before we entered Iraq. And there was all sorts of like chanting and songs about, kill ragheads, kill Osama bin Laden, and then like the little targets that would pop up for the range training, they call them, bin Ladens or Taliban or other, ethnic things. As well as the dehumanization, the Hajis, the ragheads, those kind of terms.
Bomb the village, kill the people. Do it, throw some napalm in the square. Do it on a Sunday morning, kill them on their way to prayer. Ring the bell inside the schoolhouse, watch those kiddies gather round. Lock and load with your 240, mow them little motherfuckers down. And if you get a whole group of people singing this thing, it gets kind of catchy. It's a group dynamic.
This is what's instilled in you. I mean, our war cry in training, like when you're approaching the target and firing and live fire stuff was kill babies. Songs about, going to a schoolyard and breaking out your K-bar and killing the kids there, or going to a shopping mall and killing the women that are shopping. I mean, these are cadence that you say while you're jogging.
They have you do all these different chants and cadences about killing and stabbing, and I just thought, oh my God, I can't believe that we're saying this when I first went in to basic training, and then as the weeks kind of went on, you just go with it and you say it, and you don't really think about it anymore because they're just words, but so I think we're killers. I mean, we're not